That's it.
Absolutely.
So, if you can tell me the first question, I think it's you describe how Cisco sees collaboration.
Oh, great. So we really break, to just try to simplify collaboration, we break it down into really 4 different areas. I came from a video background, and we see video as kind of one of the centerpieces, because we say put people in the center of collaboration. Collaboration is about bringing people together, so naturally video becomes kind of in the forefront of that. But voice is still extremely important. Voice makes up 60% of our collaboration business today. So while we know that video is becoming the new voice, voice is still a pretty powerful way for people to communicate. And but that trend is moving in the direction of video, but voice is still I guess the leading way that people still communicate in business today. The third piece is kind of collaboration applications, like web conferencing, instant messaging, bringing those tools together to give people yet another way to dynamically come together. And then the fourth one, believe it or not, is what we call customer collaboration, which is contact center. Most know it as contact center. We call it customer collaboration because we see all those other 3 things that I just talked about starting to become really, really important in how you service customers and provide feedback to customers, how customers provide feedback to you, how you deliver your services to customers, and how customers help you change your product or services in a positive way so that you can stay ahead of the marketplace. So customer collaboration is that 4th area. And then it's probably one of the most interesting ones because the other 3, you're typically talking to an IT professional. When it comes to customer collaboration, you're talking to a business person, a person who's typically charged with driving high levels of customer satisfaction within their organization, right, for their customers. Secondly, or driving revenues for their customers, actually selling to end user customers. So customer collaboration becomes kind of even more important when you start talking about, you know, how these play out from a business standpoint. So those are the 4, what I would say the 4 pillars of what we call our collaboration story. That if you think about where we are in today's world, you can't escape the fact that you can consume those both in the cloud or on-prem. And we need to talk about that as a part of our collaboration strategy too, that we make sure customers can have access to all 4 of those solutions, either in the cloud or on-prem or in a private cloud. So we give them different options for how to consume the technology, and we think that's important.
And how do you see the adoption of customer collaboration in Latin America?
So it's interesting. It's a great question. I asked you that first, and you said you saw it was growing. We're seeing the same exact thing. And the reason we see it growing is because in Latin America, you guys are kind of leading the way in social media, right? And because you're leading the way in social media, being able to address your customers in a more directed fashion is something that Latin American enterprises are really challenged with doing. Because all of the users, the end users, are using social media to communicate, to deliver expertise to each other, to provide feedback on products and services. If you don't have a strong customer collaboration platform, you're not going to be able to be in front of that. And here in Latin America, it's clear that you guys are leading the way. I like to say, when we look at the global trend, we say 65% of the end users or customers are using social media globally. Here, right here in Mexico, for instance, it's like 80%. Yeah. So it's significantly higher. You guys are leading the way.